Hey everyone, I'm Anna, and today I am going to be guiding you through a balance class. So we are going to be doing a lot of different standing balances and poses that help with your balance, because it's a balance class. Yoga. I'm Anna. I'm going to be guiding you through class today, and today we're going to focus on balance. This class will be a little bit under an hour. We're going to be doing a lot of different standing balance poses, as well as getting into the hips and the hamstrings a little bit. So we will be starting on our seat, and it's helpful if you have a block nearby. I should grab mine. You don't have to have a block. You could use something in your house like a book, or even just like a little step stool or something like that that you can place your hand on. It's helpful to have. So let's start in just a comfortable seat wherever you are. Trying to find a straight spine. So you can sit in a cross-legged position if that's comfortable for you, or just really any way that your legs would be comfortable for a few minutes. So they don't have to be crossed. Just find a way that you can find a nice straight spine, drawing the low belly in, and draw the shoulders away from the ears. Close your eyes, placing your hands on your knees or into your lap. Take a deep breath in and an easy breath out. Begin to deepen your breath, keeping your lips sealed. Try to just breathe in and out of your nose. Maybe try initiating your breath at the base of your navel. Drawing it up through your stomach, your rib cage, and your chest. Trying to feel what it feels like to breathe into your full capacity, to really receive the fullness of your breath. So breathing in deeply, filling all the way up. And then slowly exhaling, drawing in your navel at the bottom of your exhale. Continue like this for a few more breaths. Breathing in deep, starting at the base of your navel, pulling the breath all the way up through your lungs and your chest, and then slowly exhaling, drawing your navel in at the bottom. Let's do 2 more times. Big breath in, easy breath out through your nose. Starting the breath at the base of the navel, breathing in deeply, pulling it up through the rib cage and the chest, filling to your full capacity. And then exhale, slowly breathing out. You can gently open your eyes. We'll take some neck circles in one direction. Maybe pausing in any spots that need a little extra love, a little extra time. Try to keep your spine really straight, your shoulders away from your ears while you do this. And then pause and take it in the opposite direction. Working out all the kinks and the creaks. Bring your head back to center, and then gently draw your left ear over to your left shoulder. You can stay right here or walk your right fingertips out to the right. Or maybe place your left hand just gently on top of your head. Don't crank down on your neck with your hand. Just give a gentle pressure. Keeping the right shoulder drawing down and away. Taking a deep breath in into the side of your neck. And then gently release your head. Bring your hands back onto your knees. Allow your right ear to fall over to your right shoulder. Walk the left fingertips out to the left if that feels okay. You can always just stay right here. Or you can place your right hand on top of your head, again, just giving that gentle pressure. Keeping the left shoulder drawing down and away, creating lots of space and length. And breathing deeply. Gently release your head, bring your hands back to center. Inhale, reach your arms high, gazing up at the fingertips. Exhale, bring them down to your heart. 2 more times, big breath in, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, take the arms out wide and up. Exhale, bring them to your chest. Release your hands down and then walk your hands forward, moving your fingertips forward as far as is comfortable. Make sure that your sits bones don't lift off of the mat. They should be planted. And then let your forehead hang down heavy towards the ground. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe press into the fingertips to round through the upper back more, tucking your chin in. Breathing space into the back body. Gently walk your hands back in onto your seat. Interlace your hands behind your back. Inhale, puff your chest forward as you reach your arms back behind you. Draw the shoulders away from your ears. You can stay right here, actively reaching the chest, or you could just gently turn from side to side. Starting to create space through the shoulders and through the chest. Take one more big breath in, reach the hands back behind you, lift the chest. And exhale, release your hands down. We'll come into a tabletop position. So bring your hands right underneath your shoulders, your hips right over your knees. And we'll take some cat-cows to warm up the spine. So on your inhale, drop your belly, draw your shoulders away from your ears as you gaze up. Exhale, press the mat away, round through your spine, reaching the spine towards the ceiling. Inhale, come back into cow, curling the chest forward, reaching the shoulder blades away from your ears. Exhale takes you into cat, tuck your chin and press your spine up towards the ceiling. One more time into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale, come into a neutral tabletop position. Reach the right hand high, gaze up at the right fingertips. Exhale, thread the needle to the left. So the right hand comes underneath the left hand. The right ear comes down into the mat. You can stay right here, or you can walk the left fingertips out, straightening through the elbow. Stay here, or take a half bind, reaching the left hand for the right inner hip crease. If you're taking a half bind, really try to reach and rotate that left shoulder open towards the ceiling. Trying to stay with the fullness of your breath. Visualizing each inhale starting at the base of your navel and drawing your breath all the way up into your throat. Place the left hand down underneath your shoulder. Press into the hands and the right hand high. And exhale, press it back down. Inhale, send your left hand high. Exhale, thread the needle to the other side. So bringing your left ear down to the mat this time. You can keep your right hand right underneath your shoulder, or you can walk the right fingertips out, straightening through the arm. Stay here, or you can take the half bind on this side, reaching for the left inner hip crease this time. Taking deep and full breaths. Remembering if you have the half bind to really rotate that right shoulder up towards the ceiling. Place the right hand down onto the mat. Press into the hand, send the left hand high. Exhale, press the left hand back down. Walk your hands a little bit forward and then untuck your toes, downward facing dog. So taking whatever movements you need here in your downward facing dog. You can pedal your feet, bending one knee and then the other. Sending the hips high, drawing your low belly in. Make sure all 10 of your fingers are spread really wide at the top of the mat. Really actively press into your arms to send your hips higher. I'm not worrying so much if your heels come all the way down to the ground. You can always take a little bend in your knees, and then that can help you get more lift through your hips. Inhale, look forward at your hands, and then walk your hands right behind your feet. Grab opposite elbow for ragdoll pose. Let your head and neck hang heavy. Take a generous bend in your knees. You can rock from side to side. Maybe shake your head yes and then no. Focusing on just fully releasing the spine forward. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach your arms high. Exhale, bring your hands together at your heart. We'll do a couple rounds of half sun salutations. So bringing your feet about hip width distance apart. Starting with your hands together at your heart. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat spine, lengthen through your back. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands together at your heart. We'll do that 2 more times, just starting to warm up the body. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Option this time to maybe try closing your eyes to see what it feels like to really tune into your body with these simple movements. So maybe close your eyes, bring your hands together at your heart. Inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe keep the eyes closed as you inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach your arms high. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Then gently blink your eyes open. We'll come into standing on the right foot. So bring your hands together at your heart and then draw your left knee into your chest. Holding here, find your balance. And then once you feel stable, you can kick the left foot out in front of you, working that leg towards straight. Strengthening through the hip flexor. And then draw the knee back into the chest. Slowly kick the leg back into warrior 3. Pausing here for a couple of breaths. Make sure all 5 of your left toes are facing down towards the mat. Trying to work your shoulders, your hips, and your leg all in the same line. So using a lot of core strength here, really pulling in the navel. Inhale with as much control as you can. Try to bring that left knee back into your chest. And then we'll kick back into warrior 3, pausing just for 1 breath. Take a big breath in, and then step the foot back into a lunge. Place the left hand down and reach your right hand high for a twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, place the hand down to frame the front foot, and then turn the back foot to a 45-degree angle to the top of the mat, preparing for warrior 1. On your inhale, reach your arms high. Sinking into the lunge so that the right knee is right on top of the ankle. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Take an inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, fold forward into humble warrior. The right shoulder can just be right on top of the right knee. Or if your hips feel ready for it, you can bring the right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Take a couple of breaths here. Inhale, puff up your chest, come back to a tall warrior. Reach your arms high. Exhale, place the hands down, step back into a high plank. Inhale, come forward onto your toes. Option to drop down onto your knees. We're going to lower all the way down onto our stomachs. Inhale into a cobra pose. Press into the toenail side as you lift the chest off of the ground. Exhale to release. 2 more times. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, release. 1 more time, big inhale. Maybe lift the fingertips, maybe lift the hands. Exhale, release. Press into a tabletop position, and then press back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And then open mouth, exhale. Inhale, gaze forward at your hands and walk your feet right behind your wrists. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands together at your heart. This time we'll ground down into the left foot. So placing all of your weight into your left foot, keeping your hands together at your heart, draw the right knee into your chest. Take a moment to find your balance here. And then kick the right leg out in front of you, straightening through that leg as best you can as you reach the toes back towards your body. Draw the right knee back into your chest, and then we'll kick back into warrior three on this side. Sending the right leg straight back behind you, right toes facing down towards the ground. Reaching the chest forward as the shoulders draw away from your ears. With as much control as you can, inhale, come back into a standing one-legged Tadasana, bringing the right knee into the chest. And then again, we'll kick back for just one breath into warrior three. Remembering not to take these balance poses too seriously. No big deal if you fall, just come right back in. And then step back into a lunge. Place the right hand down this time, inhale, reach the left hand high for a twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, place the left hand down to frame the left foot. Turn the right toes so that they're facing forward at a 45-degree angle for warrior one. Inhale, rise, reach the arms high. And then interlace your hands behind your back. Puff up your chest as you extend the arms back behind you. And then fold forward into humble warrior. Let the head and neck release down. Continuing to maintain the bend in your knees, so staying with the depth of your lunge. The left shoulder can again just rest on top of the left knee, or you can take it to the inside of the knee. If your hands don't reach together on your back, you can use a sweatshirt or a towel, or maybe you have a yoga strap that you can hold on to instead. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Inhale, rise back into warrior. Reach your arms high. Exhale, place the hands down. Step back into a lunge once more. Inhale, come forward onto your toes. Exhale, lower all the way down into your stomach. This time, we'll interlace our hands behind our back. Make sure the toenail side of your foot is facing down. Inhale into locust pose. Extend the arms back behind you as you lift the chest. Taking a couple more deep breaths here. Option to lift the legs as you want, if you want to. Make sure that you're squeezing them together as if they were one leg. Take one more big breath in. Exhale to release. Place the hands underneath your shoulders again, and then press back into a tabletop position and back into downward facing dog. Taking 3 rounds of breath in downward facing dog. Reconnect to your breath. Finding that fullness of your breath again. Inhale to look forward at your hands. Exhale, you can walk or you can jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Once more, we're going to ground down into the right foot. Lift the left knee into the chest. Right away, we're going to kick back into warrior three. Holding here for a couple of breaths. And then we're going to transition into half moon. If you have a block, you can use that, or you can use books, or you can get creative maybe with a little stool or something that you have at home that you can use. Otherwise, you can bring your hand down onto the floor. But if you have the block, push into the block with your right hand, and then start to open through the side body. Sending the left hand high, pointing the left toes out towards the left, and rotating that left hip open towards the ceiling. Make sure you're not crunching into the right side. You want to find length on both sides. So equal length on the right and the left side. This can be a challenging pose, especially if you've never tried it before. So just be patient with yourself. Just finding that playful curiosity with it, not taking it too seriously. Just giving it a try. And then see it with as much control as you can. Come back into warrior three. So we rotate the left hip down, bring the hands back into the heart. Pausing here for a breath. And then step the left foot back. Nice job. Place the left hand down, inhale, reach the right hand high for a twist. And then roll onto the pinky edge of your left foot, coming into side plank. So stepping the right foot on top of the left, reaching the right hand high. Send your hips up towards the ceiling. Take a couple of breaths here, option to lift the right leg. Take a big breath in. Draw your right knee into your chest, and with as much control as you can, place the right foot back down into a lunge. Inhale, reach the right hand high, opening for a twist. Exhale, place the hand down to frame the right foot, and then straighten through that right leg as best you can for pyramid pose. Getting into the hamstring. Make sure that right hip is shooting back towards the back of the mat. What tends to happen is the right hip wants to go way out to the right. See if you can tuck it under your body and rotate it towards the back of the mat. And then just let your head and neck relax wherever they are. If it's too difficult for your hands to reach the ground, you can place your hands on a block or maybe on your dog, giving yourself a little bit more lift. Boomer, get out of the way. This is Boomer. Holding here for a couple more breaths. And then on your inhale, look forward at your right foot. We're going to spring into the right foot for standing splits. So bring all of the weight onto your right foot, left leg goes high behind you, and then let your head and neck relax. Boomer, come here. Wait, no, you're holding the camera. Yeah, great down dog. Great down dog. Very impressed. Let your head and neck just fully relax as that left leg goes high. And then see if with control you can come forward, looking forward like a halfway lift. And then do the best you can to bring that left knee into the chest. Whew. Nice job. If you have to put your foot down, refine your balance, go for it, no big deal. It's just yoga. So once you have your balance here, we're going to come into figure four. Place the left knee on top of the left foot on top of the right knee, creating this figure four shape with your legs. And then slowly begin to sit back into your chair, keeping your hands at your heart, drawing your low belly in, starting to find your depth. It can be helpful to find one spot on the floor or the wall that's not moving, your drishti point to help with your balance. 2 more breaths, find your depth. Maybe bring your arms down onto your leg. 1 more deep breath in. Keep your legs exactly as they are. Place the hands down on the mat and straighten through the right leg as best you can. Taking a couple deep breaths, working into the hamstring and the hip. And then listen carefully. We're going to release the stretch by placing the left foot to the outside of the right so that the pinky toes touch. So your legs are crossed at the top of the mat with the left foot to the outside of the right. Inhale, find a halfway lift. And then exhale, fold forward with the head and neck relax. Again, you can grab onto a block, some books, a chair to give yourself a little bit more space. This can be a really intense stretch through the IT bands. You can also give a little generous bend to your knees as well. Good. And then gently uncross the feet. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands down, step back into a high plank position. Inhale, come forward on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, just halfway down so the shoulders are in line with the elbows as your elbows squeeze in. Inhale into upward facing dog, flip the toes as you lift your chest. Exhale, press back into downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward at your hands. Exhale, you can step or you can jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way to standing, reach the arms high. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Preparing to take that series on the other side. Ground down into your left foot this time. Reach the right knee into your chest. And then from here, we're going to kick back into Warrior 3 again. Holding for a couple of breaths. Drawing the low belly in. Finding length through your spine, all the way from your heel to the top of your head. Shoulders reach away from the ears. And then you can grab onto the block if you have your block, or the hand can just come down onto the ground. If you have the block, press into the block with your left hand and the right hand high. Opening for half moon on this side. So maybe bring your right hand to your hip. Make sure that that hip is rotating up towards the ceiling. We don't want it to be rotating down. Keep the hip opening towards the ceiling as your right toes are facing out to the right. Finding length in both sides, so not collapsing into the left side. Finding length on both sides of the body. Good, take one more breath in. And then see if with control you can come back into Warrior 3. So I'm tilting and rotating the right hip down. So all 5 of my right toes are facing down towards the ground, but I'm keeping the leg lifted. And then bring your hands together at your heart. No worries if you come out of it, just give it a try. Good, and then step the leg back into a lunge. Place the right hand down, inhale, reach the left hand high for a twist. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, place the left hand down to frame the right or the left leg. So your left leg is in front, and then straighten through the left leg as best you can for pyramid pose. Again, you can grab onto a block or two at the top of the mat to give your hamstring a little bit more space, or you can bring your hands all the way down to the ground. Let your head and neck relax. Make sure that left hip is working back towards the back of the mat. The right hip is coming forward. Couple more breaths here. Really focus on your breath, especially in these more passive poses. They can help create space and length. Breathing into the sensation and the tightness. Help calm our nervous system, so help them get more into the parasympathetic nervous system, our rest and digest mode. That can really help us to heal, create space and length, so that we're not fighting or forcing the stretch. And then place your hands down out in front of your foot, preparing for standing splits on this side. Place all your weight into your left foot. Reach the right leg high, standing splits. Let your head and neck fold forward. And then with as much control as you can, rise into one-legged Tadasana with the right knee lifted. Taking your time to get there. Maybe placing the foot down to find your balance and then reaching the knee into your chest. Nice job. Place the right foot on top of the left knee for figure 4 on this side. So make sure that you're actively working that right knee open to the right. And then bring your hands together at your heart. And slowly start to sit back into your chair. Finding your drishti point to stare at to help with your balance. Finding your depth, couple more breaths. Maybe place the arms onto the leg. Good, one more breath in. And then release the hands down onto the ground, straighten through the left leg. Let the head and neck relax. And then to release the stretch, listen carefully. Place the right foot to the outside of the left so that the pinky toes are touching, crossing with the right leg in front of your left. Inhale, find lift and length first. Then exhale, fold forward, let the head and neck be heavy. Staying connected to that fullness of your breath. And then gently uncross your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands down, step back into a plank. Roll onto your right hand this side onto the pinky edge of the right foot. Place the left foot on top of the right for half or side plank on this side. Reach the left hand high. Stay here or lift the left leg. And then draw the left knee into the chest with as much control as you can, and then place the left foot down into a lunge. Inhale, come onto your fingers, reach your chest forward. Place the hands down, set the left foot back into a plank. Inhale, come forward, chaturanga, halfway down on your exhale. Inhale, curl the chest upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. We'll come into child's pose, so bring your knees down, big toes to touch, keeping your knees about as wide as your mat, and then walk your hands out in front of you. Let your forehead fall down onto the ground. Reconnecting to your breath, starting to slow it down. And then walk your hands in towards your knees. Come to a seat on your heels. And then swing your hips to one side of your legs. Let the legs come out in front of you. We're going to take Gomukhasana, cow facing pose, to stretch the hips a little bit. So bring the right knee underneath your body and the left knee on top of the right knee. So what we're trying to achieve here is the knees right on top of each other. What can help is you can come forward, which can help to release the knees on top of one another, and then sit back. You might find this knee is way up here. That's totally fine. What you can do is you can either move the legs in a little bit closer. That will decrease the intensity. The more you move them away from each other as you stack the knees, the more intensity you're going to feel on the outside of your left hip. So wherever you are, just find that point of sensation and depth, but not pain. And then find a straight spine. Maybe close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And then you can fold forward. Maybe your knee is way up here, and then you can just bring your forehead onto your knee. Or you can grab a block or something to place in front of you that you can place your forehead all the way down onto that object. Wherever you are, just see if you can find a place that you can let go of your head and your neck and just relax and fold forward into it. And then gently press yourself up. Uncross your legs, reach them in front of you. Maybe give them a little shake, preparing to take that on the other side. So this time the left knee is underneath you and the right knee on top. Again, you can come forward to help stack the knees and then sit back down. You can draw the knees in close to you, or the feet, excuse me, or draw them further away from you. So sort of find that spot, that sweet spot for you where you can feel the stretch on the right side of your hip. Once you're there, find some length in your spine. And then exhale, fold forward any amount. Maybe it's just right here, that's fine. Maybe you can come down into your knee, or you can use a block. Using your breath as a tool to help surrender into the depth of the pose. We never want to force our bodies into a stretch, or we don't need a lot of effort to really push ourselves to find flexibility. Flexibility really comes from the surrender, from the letting go. So the more you can ease into it, the more you can take deep breaths, the more you can start to let go and surrender and feel the stretch and create the flexibility in the space. And then walk your hands back in towards your body. Uncross your legs. This time place your feet down in front of you. Keep them about wider than hip width distance apart. And then rock your knees from side to side to help release the stretch. Doing a little windshield wiper. If you want to add a little flare, you can also puff out your chest from side to side. Feels kind of good. And then hug your knees into your chest. Scoot forward on your mat. We're going to prepare to come all the way down onto the ground. So bring your hips close to your heels and then lower all the way down onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. You can rock from side to side. And send your feet high for happy baby pose, grabbing either the inside or the outside of your feet. Pull your knees down into your chest. You can continue to rock from side to side. Hug your knees back into your chest. Reach your arms out long like a T. And then let both knees fall over to the right as you gaze over your left for a spinal twist. Maybe close your eyes. Inhale, hug your knees back into center. Exhale, drop them over to the left as you gaze over your right. Gently bring your knees back into center. Wrap your arms around your knees. Take a big inhale, draw your forehead up to your knees. Curl up into a little ball. Take another deep breath in. Exhale into Shavasana. Let your arms and legs come long. Palms face up towards the ceiling. Maybe give a little tuck of your shoulders underneath your back, widening through the chest and collarbones a little bit. Take a giant breath in, filling your lungs all the way up. Holding your breath at the top, so holding your breath in its fullness for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Allow yourself to just fully surrender onto the mat, onto the ground. Letting the weight of your body feel heavy. Letting go of control of your body and just letting your breath be natural. stay here for as long as you need. Sometimes it's nice, you can even set a timer on your phone, maybe for just 5 minutes. See if you can rest in stillness for 5 minutes on your mat, giving yourself that gift of stillness and presence with yourself. Otherwise, if you're ready, you can start to reawaken. Maybe rotate the wrists and the ankles, wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can reach your arms overhead like a good morning stretch, stretching from your fingers to your toes. And then draw the knees into the chest and roll onto your side. And gently press yourself up into a seat. Finding your tall spine once again. Take a deep breath in, draw your shoulders up to your ears. And exhale down your back. Bring your hands into your chest at heart center. Give a gentle bow of your chin into your hands. And just notice how you feel. Maybe any changes you created, any space or feelings of calm. And then maybe taking some of this with you off of your mat and into the rest of your day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.